guess, a building from the ground up approach to walking bass lines, right? The first is triads, 1-3-5-3 or 1-5-3-5. And one thing I personally always do is I make sure that I can walk triads comfortably on a tune before I start adding any of the other stuff. Because if I can't do that, then I haven't got a hold of the harmonic foundation of a walking, because it really is based off the triads. So if I can't hang with triads, I'm really, I probably, because that's the foundation of my harmonic house for each chord. Right, and if I can't comfortably navigate that, then I need more work there on that tune.
Right.
Okay, so that's my personal approach. Right, so the first thing is triads, 1-3-5-3 or 1-5-3-5. And because it's very restrictive there, there's a finite number of possibilities that you're going to run into. 1 flat 3 5 flat 3 1 5 3 5 1 3 5 3 1 5 3 5 1 flat 5 flat 3 flat 5 1 3 5 3 1 5 flat 3 5 1 flat 3 5 flat 3 1. Right?
Right.
The next one is triads plus 1, and that's putting one, being able to put one on beats 2, 3, and 4, aside from the obvious first note.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Now this enables you to move around more. And one thing about the fives in relationship to this is that the fives are always halfway between the two octave ones, which means that if I went 1, I can use 5 to get to higher places. 1 5 1 flat 3 1 5 1 5. Right? It allows, because 5 is halfway in between, it's not too far to go either way. You can actually go up or down to the next, resolution point. All right?
Right.
Now, so that enables you to move around more, but that's still sticking to what I call the foundation of the harmonic house responsibility. That you definitely want to be able to do very easily. Doesn't mean you have to do it all the time. It doesn't mean you can't be vague or creative or do different stuff or create tension or go out or any of that. It's just that I feel that a good bass player needs to be able to do that in any style. Because if they can't, then they've got more work to do on their triads.
Right.
Right. All right. So now with this one, I've got 1 flat 3 5 1 1 5 1 5 1 1 5 3 1 1 5 1 1 flat 5 1 flat 5 1 5 3 1 1 flat 3 5 1 flat 3 1 5 1 flat 3 1 5 flat 3 1 1 5 3 1 1 3 1 5 1 5 1 3 1 flat 3 flat 5 flat 3 1 5 3 1 1. So you hear the chords very clearly in that line, right?
Okay.
Right?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you hear it, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So that's step 2. Step 3 is approach notes on beats 2 and or 4. Actually, 4 and or 2 would be a better way to put it, because approach notes on 2 aren't as strong sometimes, but they are there, right?
Right.
So if I went 1 and use a syllable, I use the syllable A for approach.
Okay.
Just because you want something short and concise that you can sing and say while you play. 1 A 5 A 1 5 1 A 1 1. Now, chromatic approach notes, you have 2 types of approach notes, chromatic and diatonic. So generally the 2 main ones. Diatonic means within the scale. So if I went 1, A, 1, I use that as an approach note to this 3 on beat 3 of the B flat chord. 1, A, 1. Now I'm already half step below the E, so if I wanted to do another approach note, I could do a chromatic above the E, E flat. I'm sorry, a half step below the E flat is what I meant. And then if I wanted to, I still have another note to get to there, right? So I'm already half step below there.
Right.
So I can go A, 1, whole step above, that'd be a diatonic approach, or A, 1, I could go half step above. Now the half step above is going to rub more. And another thing about approach notes is that half step above approaches are always more abrasive and rub more against, they cause more dissonance than half step below approaches.
Right. Okay.
So depending on tempo, you may not like a half step above approach because it just sits there too long. It sounds like a wrong note.
Right. Okay.
Or it creates too much dissonance, would be a better way to put it, than what you feel comfortable with at that tempo. All right, so approach notes on 2 and 4. Now, I'm kind of hurrying through this, but, go through the whole thing.
Right.
All right. Any questions so far on that?
No.
All right. Dominant approach notes, which is basically putting on beat 4 the note that functions 5 of where it's going to. Now, in the case of this chord progression, the root note, because these chords move up a 4th and down a 5th to each other, the dominant approach note is actually going to be the root note of the chord that you're in.
Okay.
Because the note C is 5 of F, the note F is 5 of B flat, the note B flat is 5 of E flat, so on, right?
Right.
So 1, flat 3, 5, 1. It's almost like triads plus a 1 putting note function number 1 on beat 4.
Okay.
I mean, you could call it either one. I mean, I could say this is 1, flat 3, 5, 1. I could say that's triads plus a 1. But I could also say 1, flat 3, 5, and I'll use the syllable D for dominant. D, 1. Give stuff a name and call it out. It helps connect here, here, and if you're singing it, it connects here, here, to here, which is important.
Wait, why did you call that dominant?
The C is 5 of F. The note C.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see what you mean. Yep. Okay.
So some of these things can have dual citizenship, so to speak,
Right.
depending on how you want to think about it. But that's dominant approach now.
Okay.
Any questions on that?
I guess could you give another example of it?
I'll do it on every chord.
Okay.
1, flat 3, 5, 1, 1. I'm sorry, 1, flat 3, 5, D, 1, 5, 3, D, 1, 5, 1, D, 1, 3, 5, D, 1, flat 5, flat 3, D, 1.
Okay, that makes sense now.